Arthur Potts. Our next presenter is Arthur, and he's a VP of Public Affairs at True Energy. He's an experienced corporate consultant specializing in sustainable energy solutions. From 2014 to 2018, he served as Member of Provincial Parliament for the Beaches East York in Kathleen Wynne's government, where he held the Parliamentary Assistant positions in Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs, as well as in Environment and Climate Change and Transportation. Prior to being MPP, he provided business-to-business and government relations assistance in construction, waste management, energy, and transportation sectors. True Energy is a Canadian corporation founded by Douglas Hallett in 2015 to advance the hydrogen reduction HR process. This transformational and patent-pending technology can chemically destruct any organic compound producing renewable natural gas, green hydrogen, and inert materials. Over the past 30 years, H process has destroyed complex hazardous waste such as PCBs, DDT, dioxins, chemical warfare agents, rendering them inert while releasing their energy value. And here is Arthur.
Thank you for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to have this chance to talk about hydrogen reduction technology on behalf of True Energy. If I leave one message with you, is that this is not new technology. This is proven technology that Doug Hallett, who founded True Energy in 2015, developed to destroy PCBs, DDT, chemical warfare agents in the past. But we've now refined the patent. It's now filed and pending, and it better describes the way and the types of waste that can be processed. It describes the way the embodied methane in the waste comes out, and that you can produce RNG and green hydrogen from it. It is essentially a chemical process. Waste is being reduced by a reducing agent, which is hydrogen, smallest oxygen molecule in nature, of course. And the hydrogen tears apart a waste molecule into its elemental compounds. We can convert almost any organic waste material from solid waste from municipalities, auto shredder residue, sewage, and this allows us to release the embodied methane in these molecules. The methane can then be purified to a pipeline grade quality, and we can steam reform that methane to create hydrogen for zero carbon industrial transportation and heating fuels. We also know that we can reduce the molecules. It will release the ferrous, the aluminum, the other metals that can go on and be recycled. It's a three-stage process in which the first stage, essentially a kiln, the solid waste enters, you remove the oxygen, you heat to 425, you fill with hydrogen, and it starts a chemical process that opens up the molecule and releases a gaseous mixture. That mixture then moves into the stage two, where it is further reduced to purify it into mostly methane and hydrogen. In the third stage, we used typical quenchers and scrubbers to give us a pure stream of methane, renewable natural gas, as well as green hydrogen for sale. These are a sample of some of the waste that can be targeted. You know, everything source separated organics, electronic waste, which were a problem, auto shredder residue, and mixed plastics, which can't be recycled. These are all wastes which do very well in our system. We produce renewable natural gas. We can produce tons of renewable hydrogen. We capture all the carbon monoxide and dioxide. So there are no toxic emissions from the process. Everything is captured and utilized in a productive way, including the metals, the carbon, the silica. The big value proposition here, which distinguishes this from previous technology that Mr. Doug Hallett used, was that a single plant designed for 50 bone-dry tons of waste, and that's about 30,000 tons of municipal waste, and consider the city of Toronto manages over 600,000. You know, we need 20 plants for the city of Toronto alone. Auto shredder residue, about 22,000 tons a year a plant can process. And we know that every 15,000 bone dry tons of auto shredder residue will make about 600,000 gigajoules of methane. And each gigajoule, steam reform, produces about 9 kilograms of hydrogen. So we know we can make in a single unit module about 5,400 tons of hydrogen per plant. So this is proven technology. It operated successfully in Australia. General Motors in Ontario, US military had a number of plants going where they got rid of chemical weapons. And the new patent focused particularly on recovering energy from the process. The pilot project we have now is under development. It's about 10 kilogram batches, which we can use different waste streams to show the quality and the quantity of gas that is produced. It's been mostly funded from the agencies you see here. And we have tremendous interest in the province of Ontario, Quebec, and New Brunswick, and other local municipalities, the US and Japan. So I think this is a proven technology that is very profitable. And this is a picture of our plant that was in Kelowna, Australia. And I look forward to taking questions.
Well, that's impressive. So thanks. Now, would you classify that as thermal technology? And how does it compare to pyrolysis, plasma, arc, or gasification?
Well, it's a good question. It's very different in that it's a chemical process. The chemistry that you don't have in the presence of oxygen, there's no oxidation of the waste. You're not converting waste into new process. You're basically disassembling a molecule into its elemental compounds. You don't have the issues you'd have in gasifications with tarring and issues. And we can use, you don't have to have a very homogeneous waste stream. All the different waste, the mixed residual waste from municipality are all quite subject to being able to use this product, this technology.
Okay, all right, well, very interesting. And hydrogen is characterized by different colors, green, blue, brown, describing its sustainability. What grade of hydrogen does the HR produce?
Well, it all depends on where your source of the waste is coming from. Biogenic waste, source separated organics, most of the municipal solid waste is coming from biogenic sources. So it would be treated green, just as you would from an anaerobic digester. The portion that is non-biogenic, that we would call a recovered natural gas more than a renewable natural gas. But it's interesting in the steam reformation process that one molecule of methane, steam reformed with a molecule of hydrogen, 50% of the new hydrogen coming into the system is from water. It also would be biogenic and then green. So we are almost entirely green, and it is a new source of hydrogen, which I think will be able to reduce the cost of producing hydrogen significantly from the cost associated with electrolysis. Electrolysis is a great technology. It's very important for grid stabilization, but we'll be able to make lots of hydrogen very inexpensively and help drive the hydrogen economy of the future.
Okay, Arthur, so that's very good. So thank you for that.